Welcome to another episode of Tangential Thoughts Chat Show. I'm your chief, Gihareh, leader of the Kim Diners and the Spiritual Bandits, because we take our abundance, we don't ask for what's rightfully ours. And so I just wanted to come up here and just give my update on my review for Netflix adaptation of Avatar. And so, excuse my voice. I was asleep. You know, the time jumped forward for daylight savings, which is weird because I thought they was getting rid of it. They wasn't, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought they wasn't gonna do it no more, right? So time jumps forward on Sunday, but I ain't really pay no attention to it, pay no mind to it, nothing like that. But for some reason today, my energy was low all day today, and so I was wrestling on where I should go today to do some other videos, but I got up and all I did was just watch some more episodes of Avatar. And so my initial reaction for it, I gave it a 7.7, and what I liked about it, it's aesthetically pleasing. Like, it really looks good. Like, as far as like all the costumes, anything anybody's supposed to be wearing in the background, aesthetically it looks really good. And they're actually just sticking to the script. So it's not like, if they do add some type of like filler or something that you haven't seen before, it's something that you would probably want to see. So for instance, it starts off with the Comet Festival and when Aang first learned that he was the Avatar. So that's how it starts off. You know what I'm saying? So that's really cool. That's okay. That's footage that's okay to just fill in and throw in there. So that's how it starts off. And then outside of that, it's really just, they're like close to an hour. They're about 50-something minutes each episode. They're about 50-something minutes. And so they're combining, it's not like they just kind of like took out all the filler episodes that a cartoon has. And so they're focusing on just main content, supposedly. So first episode is when you find out who Aang is. Second episode was Kyoshi Island. Second episode was Kyoshi Island. Now episode 3 is on Mashu. That's where you get introduced to Azula. And so I only watched the first 2 episodes. I gave my initial reaction to it on live yesterday. Today, I wanted to watch some more episodes and see if I was going to change my opinion. And I'm not going to change my opinion. It's still the things for me that bother me or anything like that. Like, for the most part, I think any character that they chose somebody for, basically looks like that character. Like, as close as you're going to get to like a real life reenactment of that character without it being too far-fetched or anything like that. They did a really good job of, you know what I'm saying, choosing the characters. However, the only thing I was knocking it for was bad acting. And it's not overbearing. It's just, there are moments when it's like, it's just a little off. So, bad acting. Sokka, the person who's playing Sokka is relatively boring. Sokka is supposed to have an upbeat, goofy, spirited personality. And right now, the person playing Sokka is boring. And then my only other knock for as far as like characters that they chose, because in episode 3, in the beginning, you see who Azula is. I feel like, and it's not like a crazy knock or nothing like that, but you know how like a character's face kind of depicts their personality. So like Aang has more of a rounder face or whatever, which is supposed to represent friendly. And more solid structures, slimmer structures kind of represent, dependable, or like a square face is like dependable or something like that. Anyway, like, so if you look at like Fire Lord Sozin or Ozai, like they have them slim facial structures and the long beards. I feel like Azula should have the same one, but her character just has a slightly, you know what I'm saying, like chubbier face. I just feel like Azula should be tall and slim, and that's what throws me off about Azula. And then you even meet, so episode 3 is homage to, you meet Jet. You meet Jet and his squad, Pipsqueak, Duke, and all of them. So like that's really cool. You meet Jet. You meet Teo, the boy who was disabled, but his father's a mechanist, and so he has a little machine that allows him to fly around. You meet him, and then at the end of episode 3, Iroh, Uncle, and Aang both get locked up. I'm trying to be fortunate and gracious with this lighter. I got some more lighter fluid and I was supposed to grab it, but I just need to get me right, man. Yeah, darn it, bro. I should have had that lighter fluid. I got the lighter fluid too. It ain't coming up, man. Anyway, what if episode 4 is called Inside the Dark, and that's where they be going. They got the Badger modes, and they be going through the tunnels, and you know, they even got that little, it's this little graphic with Oma and Shu, and it's on that little graphic. And that part's cool. Watching it is really cool, man. What did I write down right here? Yeah, even in episode 4, you meet Azula's crew. You got the one girl is in pink, and the other one is cool, but yeah, it's supposed to be like one that's like kind of like cool, laid back, and the other one is in the pink. But you know, they turn up later. They right now Azula just frustrated because she's trying to get her dad's approval and attention, and now, but again, the one that's in pink, she actually looks okay. But again, my kind of complaint, but it's not even that crazy, is that one. The other one who's kind of chill and like lean back, it's that. But yeah, I think they chose a lot of, I'm not sure what type of people the characters are. For the most part, they seem either white or like Asian, and they actually like, because of their features, they really do look really well. Like Zuko looks awesome. Zuko looks amazing. Like I think they did a really good job with that. Iroh, Uncle looks good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just, it's a slight knock, but the one that who's with Which she has that same like chubby face features. Now episode 5 and 6. Episode 5 is called Spirited Away. That's where you meet the hunter lady, the lady who is a mercenary, and she be riding on that beast. Like they did a really good job with all those beasts and animals. They really look well. Even the spirit of the forest that has all those arms and just on the third, like that looks cool. And yeah, so episode 5 is called Spirited Away, And episode 6 is called Mask. And that's where you see that's when Zuko has the blue mask on. And he ends up saving Aang. And so episode 6. So again, like one thing I compliment the series on is they don't shy away from like violence. And so that actually makes the series even cooler. Like the Fire Nation are burning people alive. But then in episode 6 was where you get those flashbacks of Zuko before he got his face burned, and that whole Agni Kai, that whole thing. That was it's a little touching. You know what I'm saying? It's a little touching, and so it was touching in the sense of like. Cause he said something that ain't like compassion is weakness, and then you realize, then it has that flashback of Fire Lord Ojai doing the Agni Kai with him, and that's what he says before he burns his face. Compassion is weakness, and it's like. And then he just go ahead and just that joint is tough. So I'm sticking beside my rating of a 7.7. It's definitely nothing that makes you jump and push it towards an 8 or anything like that. It's just really cool to see the reenactment. It's really cool to see him. I think it's definitely worth a watch. Anybody who appreciated the cartoon series would definitely appreciate the daggone this reenactment, because I gotta give them credit for that. It's not like they're not shying away from it and trying to do anything differently. It's just a live action role play version of it, and it's just cool. It's really cool, and just to see them approaching so many things, and again. They're bending fire. Most of the bending is okay. The air bending still needs work. And it's a matter of timing. The coolest air bending came was when Aang and Zuko was fighting on a bridge, and then Aang comes down. But even then, the way they kind of get through that one is like Aang flipping over, like one of those slow and then fast, and you know what I'm saying? That's how to get away with that one. So I think they can do a little more of that maybe, and I think it'll be fun, because I think there are even cartoons or fighting. There's definitely like some fighting games that do the same thing, like the combos, like do, like they move, they go back and forth between moving fast and slow, and it's like you can get past that timing, and that's the only thing. And I guess. It's not even on, at this point, is you start to like, because I've been delving into like not acting. Well, I have been delving into acting, but I've been delving into like this, as far as like effects go, it then kind of comes back to the characters and how they move. Because the people can make the stuff move faster or slower, but it comes down onto the people looking like they're bending. And it comes down to the actors, you know what I'm saying? And so that's another thing. So you can't fault too much on the people editing and doing the effects, because at some point it comes back down to the actors, and some of the actors, they're doing okay, but some of them just don't look like they're in that bending motion, and you know what I'm saying, really working with the elements. So, but it's getting better. And as you gradually seeing Katara just get better off the rip, so I'm still going to stick with my rating of a 7.7. And my biggest thing is because it looks really good. It looks really good. And the things that I'm knocking it for, they're small and minor. You can kind of get through. But you'll get. And it's not like it's like super. It's not like it's super funny. You're going to get your little chuckles here and there. It can be relatively boring sometimes. But, that's anime. Anime, just something kind of that can be boring sometimes. You just watching and listening to the concepts and the themes and the characters, and you're watching character arcs and development. So it's definitely watchable, but I think it only has 8 episodes, and so far, so I just finished the first 6 episodes. So we'll see it. I'll see if I want to give an update for the last 2. They need to be good, but I've heard that the last episode was him turning into the Avatar state, so that's gonna be interesting.